Women over 40 are changing the face of bikini and fit model, and it's time we had a place where those women are seen, celebrated, and supported. Welcome to the Masters Bikini and Fit Model podcast, a podcast for the women who are competing, dreaming of competing, judging, supporting, or simply loving this sport after 40. I'm Lacy, IFBB Pro and Coach, and I'm joined by Kyla, IFBB Pro and Coach. Together, we are bringing you real conversations, athlete stories, honest prep talk, mindset, stage confidence, and powerful conversations from the people helping shape this sport. From judges and promoters to top athletes, coaches, and women who have overcome incredible obstacles to stand where they are today. We'll be highlighting the top athletes in the Masters divisions of bikini and fit model, sharing the stories behind the physiques, the women behind the titles, and the wisdom that only comes from living, growing, and refusing to quit. This is more than a podcast. It's a place for Masters women to feel known, encouraged, educated, and reminded that they still belong here because strong does not expire and dreams do not retire. And women over 40 are not finished. We are just getting started. Subscribe now to the Masters Bikini and Fit Model podcast and be part of a community where women over 40 become unstoppable together. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
So here it is, our first podcast episode for the Masters Bikini and Fit Model podcast.
So excited.
Yeah, so I'm Lacy.
I'm Kyla.
And I guess we should start out by telling everyone how this happened.
Yes.
And I think it's a story of like every bikini girl has a similar story about something to do with meeting someone in line, going onto the stage. It's just ours ended up being a lot more meaningful because here we are. I'll start because this was a dream. This was a dream in my heart for a long time. I was looking for a way to serve the Masters community for a couple of years. I've been looking because, I mean, that's all I've ever known is being a Masters competitor. I started when I was 40 when I did my first show. So I've always been a Masters girl. And I'm like, how can I serve this community? And I kept dreaming of having a podcast. I'm like, wouldn't it be fun to have a podcast? But I didn't really know what that would look like. And I knew I couldn't do it by myself. And so when I was getting ready to go to the Wasatch Warrior in Utah this year, I had it in my heart as a mission to not necessarily I wasn't looking for a podcast co-host. I was really looking for like, I don't know, somebody who would say, yeah, I want to do this too. Just that maybe there was a need for it or a want for it. And so I'm standing in line to go on stage and there's Kyla right in front of me. And we just start talking. And I don't even remember what I said, Kyla. Maybe you do. Maybe, what did I say?
I can't remember. I mean, we're just talking about we just started talking about Masters and I don't remember exactly because we're in line about to go on stage and I don't know how we both just connected on it. But when you mentioned it, I was like, that's literally something that I'm so passionate about. It's just making more visibility around the sport specifically and with Masters competitors. So then we just started talking.
You didn't even think about it. You were like, yes.
No, I didn't even hesitate. I was like, it was one of those like universal moments where you just feel like you're in the right place at the right time with the right person.
Everything was aligned. Like, and I just knew. I was like, oh my goodness, this is it. And here we are.
Yep, this is it. And like, that's how things happen. I really believe is like, you just, they happen in their right timing. And Lacey's, as she said, wanted to do this and start a podcast. I ironically wanted to start a podcast. I was going to totally like unrelated to Masters or competing at all with a friend of mine, but that didn't like come to fruition. So it's a dream and it's so awesome to do it with you. So
it was supposed to be me and you. So I think the next best thing is to tell the girls what this podcast is going to be about. Because there's a lot of components to it. And I imagine over time, it'll pivot and grow and change. It'll fulfill whatever needs. It's a service to you guys. It's a service
Yeah.
to the Masters girls. It's to highlight your journeys. And I made some notes about that because I want to be really sure that I was good at telling you guys what's coming. Obviously, we want to talk to athletes. We obviously want to talk to the Masters pros. That is so important. Lots of interviews coming down the pipeline soon. So if you guys have someone you want us to talk to, tag them, message us, let us know. Okay. Judges, there's some judges we want to talk to, right? Promoters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Promoters, judges, we have so much to talk about, so many questions. I mean,
Yeah.
we want to thank all of the people on the page, the Instagram page, right? That
Yeah.
we put out this, Lacy started this page, put out, like, we want to hear from y'all. And the responses were overwhelming.
Yeah.
And so many of the same repeat questions too. So we're going to
Yeah.
go through everything and anything you can actually think of.
Yeah. You guys definitely responded fast and really detailed. It's evident that you want this. And we're so excited because we do too. It was almost
Yes.
like a collaboration of all the Me Too's. And it's like, yes, finally. Yes.
Yes.
And so some other things we're going to do is we're going to talk about hot topics for Masters athletes. One of them that I think is going to come up really quickly is talking about hormone replacement therapy. Kyla and I have a lot to say about that. And you guys want to hear it because that's another topic that keeps coming up. So I'm excited just to talk about those issues that matter to you guys and offer you guys solutions, even just more discussion. Maybe sometimes it's just a, hey, we don't know, but me too. You're not alone.
Yeah, and we'll figure it out together. Figure it out together. I know there was a ton of questions just about like around the hormone. It's crazy because this is something that needs to be talked about because we deal with different issues and I don't know the best word to put out there than the open younger competitors do. So it's something really worth talking about and sharing the knowledge because if you're thinking it, there's another Masters competitor that's thinking it.
I mean, even this morning, I was thinking something about my own journey, and I was like, I should go ask the girls. Like, you guys are literally the girls now. Like, this is a community where you're all welcome and we are together, right?
Yeah. Yep. We're in it together and we want to share the knowledge. We won't gatekeep anything. And that's what this is for. We're girls, and that's the most fun you'll have at a show is with the girls, those kind of competitors. And that's who we are. And we'll be real, raw, open with our own journeys. And everybody that we have on this as a guest will also be that way too. So it'll be fun.
That's one of the things I love about Masters women in particular is that we just really are honest and authentic as we age. I think we get more and more authentic and honest. And I appreciate that because none of us have time for baloney. Okay.
No.
None of us. We want just be direct and honest. Yeah.
Literally don't have the time.
So yeah. I always like it's authentic. I mean, we're just authentic. And that's one of the things I picked up on Kyla real quick is she was authentic and I loved that. I mean, there's just real and I love real. I love real so much. I think they do too, right? Because we see it on the Instagram. They like real.
Yeah. Yeah. I think everybody wants to. I mean, it's even when I see people post that are competitors that are like, okay, post show, like no one talks enough about. No one talks about how hard it is, just little, because we always see the highlight reels. We always see the shred, the shredded look, the getting to stage lean. And this is, I mean, it's kind of a metaphor for that. Like we want to go beyond that. Like what happens during internally, mentally, emotionally, physically. And that's all really something to be real about because sometimes you think you're alone in some of this. I feel I know I've felt alone in some of these. Yeah. So maybe you have too, the listener, everybody that's listening. I know there's probably been a point that you've felt that way too. And you don't have to feel that way anymore. So it'll be good to come to this place,
Sure. And you also don't have to hide from your feelings about this. We are here to help you, not anything else. We just love you and we're here to help. And that's what we want too. We want to be loved and helped too. I mean, listen, we don't have it figured out either, but we're going to hold your hand and all of us go together and say, well, let's figure it out.
Yeah, we don't have all the answers, but that's why we're starting this, because we want to get all the
Yeah.
answers for you. And if we don't have them, somebody else is going to
Sure.
have them, and they're going to be on this show.
Yeah.
So yeah, follow
All right.
along. It's going to be a journey.
So what do you say we get to know Kyla and Lacy? Let's get to know
Let's
your
do it.
house. So I think the best first show would be you guys getting to know us a little bit, because why follow us if you don't know who we are, right? So it's not always going to be about us, but today it is. Today is about
Yay.
us. All right. So we have some questions. I want to just kind of go back and forth and ask some questions and really get to know each other. So, Kyla, I'm going to start asking the questions to you first.
Okay.
Let's just do a brief overview of who is Kyla? How old are you? Where do you live? What's your family life like? Career background. What else do we want to know? Let's go with those things first. The basics of Kyla.
Okay. The basics. So Kyla, I go by Kyla Faye. Dickerson is not my married name. I just haven't changed it yet, even though I've been married for 5 years in August.
Now, see, there's something I did not even know.
Yeah, so we haven't I want to. It's not that I don't. We travel a lot, and it's just so much back and forth. Like, anybody that's changed their name or knows the passport and the documents, social security card, knows why. So anyway, that's Faye is my middle name. It comes from my great grandma, which is really important to me. So all the women in my family, including the female dogs, since I do not have human children, I have fur baby children, have the middle name Faye, and that's after my mom's grandma. So so that's special to me. And I live in San Diego, California. So I am in the sunny California, and I love San Diego. We've lived here almost a decade. I think this summer. Yeah. And I told you I was married, so there's that. No children. We're not having children. I'm 45. I turn 46 next month.
A birthday's coming.
Yes. And I'm a big birthday gal. Like, it's a big deal. So don't forget my birthday.
I am a big birthday gal too. I love birthdays.
Oh, you are?
I am. Well, listen, here's my theory on birthdays. So I love people. Okay. And a birthday is a celebration of the day you were born. And
if you came into the world, that's huge.
And if you weren't here, my life would not be as enriched as it is. So I want to celebrate you on your birthday because I'm so happy you have a birthday.
Oh, you're like the sweetest person, Lacy. She's the sweetest, you guys. She's really this sweet too. Trust me.
Well,
you're going to rub off on me, I hope.
So have you always lived in California?
So no, I was born in Texas. My parents got divorced when I was around 11 years old. And then we moved to Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah, when my parents got divorced, because my mom's mother, my grandma, who's still alive, she's 93. She's my heart. She's why we moved there, so we could be closer to family. So no, I lived in Utah most of my life. Most of after 11 till I was 28. And then I moved to LA because I wanted to get into entertainment hosting. And I got into fitness just to kind of pay my bills and teach group fitness. And I was like, okay, I love fitness. And then that became kind of my career path. So, yeah. So I've been in LA. I was in LA 10 years, and I've been in, oh my gosh, yeah, I've been in San Diego almost just as long.
That's
so
wild.
A long time. Yeah.
So your grandmother, how old is she again?
So she's 93. That's my mom's mom. So she's my last living grandparent.
So she was the one at the show, at the Wasatch show.
She was. Yeah, she's why I did Wasatch. So fun fact, I wasn't even supposed to compete this year. I told my husband, I'm going to take next year off because, I had a rough, we'll talk about it, I'm sure at some point. I had a rough landing into that national show where I went pro. So I had a rough prep. But anyway, I digress. I wanted to do this show because, when your grandparents I'm lucky to still have one at my age. And she is doing so well, but you never know what's going to happen when, someone's in their 90s. And she's always like, Kyla, I really want to see you perform. When am I going to? And I don't want her traveling to shows. So I thought, well, I'll do Wasatch and I'll go to her. So it was really cool to have her there. My cousin, a couple of friends, since I grew up there. My dad flew in from Texas. But the most special thing was just her being there because I don't know how much longer she has. So
I knew I loved you when you told me that backstage, because that's the first thing I told my husband when I got after prejudging. I was like, I met this girl and her whole family's here and her grandma is in her 90s and she's here. And I was like, I loved that so much because
No.
that's such a big thing. Like, I love
Yeah.
that. Oh,
Yeah, they
that's
make
so cool.
things they think what we do is a big deal, and that makes me feel good, so I
Yeah.
loved having her there. It's so special.
We all kind of need to have that grandma attitude towards each other because everything all
Yeah.
these girls do is a big deal to us. And we want to cheer everybody on. I just love that. That touched my heart.
Oh,
If you,
good, yeah.
all you got to do is touch my heart one time and you steal me forever.
I know. I know, that's how I am too. I love a good grandma story too.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Well, Kyla, it's good to have you. You're a good person to be here, I think. I think your personality is perfect for it. So that's fun. I just learned a little bit more about you.
Okay, well, I love that, and I want our listeners to hear about you, and I wanna learn a little bit more about you.
Ooh,
So you go with the we'll go with the basics first, your
okay.
name, age, where you live, married, children. I know most of this, but
So I'm the old lady here because I'm 48. So I'm a little older than Kyla. Um,
barely.
I'll be 49 in October. Oh yeah, I'm Lacy Green. And that is my married name. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
that's good.
I live in Huntsville, Alabama. Um, I've been here for 6 years. I came from Ohio. I was an Ohio girl my whole life. But I love Huntsville. I love it so much. I often like kind of regret that I didn't stretch my wings out sooner and get into a big city. Um, so you and I are across the country from each other.
Yeah, literally.
Well, but I love Huntsville, Alabama. I love it so much.
I've never been.
It's wonderful. Well, you will be sometime.
Yes,
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
get you
come see
here.
you. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna come see you.
I would love it. I am married. My husband Andy is amazing. In fact, our husbands look quite similar, which is interesting.
That I noticed that when we met, we, like, obviously, do what we do nowadays, exchange social media,
Yeah.
Instagram handles, and I was like, "Oh, this is interesting." We
Yeah.
both have our handsome, bald husbands,
Yes.
and we both had my hair had long extensions at the time, right, for the show, and so we
Yeah.
both had the long blonde hair and in the same,
We all
division, and
matched.
yeah. Yeah, we both had blue suits on too, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and I've never worn a blue suit, like, I was talked into that color,
Oh, that's funny.
and I loved it, but I was like, "Oh, I've never worn blue, let's try this," but it's just so funny, the similarities already.
Yeah. So my career background's kind of interesting. I do have kids. I better bring up my kids first. I have five. Three of them I birthed. Two of them are my stepkids, but I've been in their life since they were, little. So they're my kids. If you have stepkids, they're your kids. My oldest kid is 28, and then I have a 23-year-old son, and he is a MMA fighter on his way to the UFC. He's a
Wow.
savage little guy. Um, and then Lily, after that, she's 22. She just graduated dental hygiene school. And
Wow.
then Carson is 18. Lily and Carson are my stepchildren, my bonus kids. Carson just turned 18, graduated high school, and he's off to the State Highway Patrol cadet program in Ohio, which is exciting. And then my baby, Asher, is still here with me in Huntsville. He is 14 almost. No, he's almost 15. Goodness, he'd kill me. He is a hockey goalie, a travel hockey goalie. So we
Wow.
travel a lot with him. But he keeps me young. He definitely keeps me young.
Yeah, wow. 5 kids, you don't look like
No,
you should have
thank
one
you.
that's
Thank you.
28.
Yeah, thank
28?
you.
What? That's crazy.
Well, I was a baby when I had her. It's like she helped me grow up real fast. But
Yeah,
for 15 years of my life, I was a registered respiratory therapist. Um, I was also an adjunct clinical instructor for the college that was local to me at the time in Ohio in respiratory therapy. And then after I competed the first time, I really I've always loved the human body, always.
yeah.
I really loved what I had learned about dieting down for a show and the human body and how we respond to food. And I was like, man, I really wish I'd have gotten into a career doing that. So I took a chance. It took a lot of months. This is a longer story for later, but I I left. I retired from my career. It's a great career. I retired and I opened up my coaching business, coaching women. And that's been the heartbeat of my life for almost 10 years now.
That's
So
where we're similar because we both do that. So we both were in different jobs. I was in corporate America in the fitness side,
okay.
right? So I managed, I think you know this, like you're bringing this up and I'm like, this is the same story. I managed, multi-unit, like facilities or whatever in group fitness for various different companies. And then I went off. I decided that was not making my life happy. It was not my why. It was not why I got into fitness was to do hard sells. That's what it ended up being. And it was more about people and like helping, people just feel better inside and out. And so I left I think it was 2 years ago. We're going on the third year of me starting my own women's coaching business. So I only coach women, contest prep and lifestyle. So for you, Lacy, I know you do contest prep lifestyle. Do you also coach men? Because I didn't know that if you coach men too.
I do not. Nope, just women.
We both don't. Good. Okay. Not good. Sorry, guys, if you're listening. We love you, but we're coaches. I mean, I used to when I was younger, but when I was a personal trainer, but just women, we both coach women. I love that.
I mean, when we tell you guys we're girls, we mean it. Like,
yeah, through
we
and through.
really are. Yeah, like I just want to see women succeed. That's my mission.
Yes. Yep. That's why we're doing this.
Look at us. We're so aligned with that. All right. So let's start talking about our bodybuilding journeys real quick. So I want to know when you started. Tell me a little bit about your bodybuilding journey, when you got your pro card, what division you compete in, and let's go with that. And then I'll ask this question last. Just tell me about your bodybuilding journey first.
Okay. So it's an interesting journey. But I started bodybuilding as a bucket. I started because I wanted to do a show as a bucket list item by the time I was 40. So that was my thing. Like when I'm 40, I will have completed this. Because way back in the day, I found this letter to myself, like top 10 things I want to do before I'm 30. And one of them said, be Miss Utah USA or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's funny. I'm 24. Let's do that. And so I did that. And I ended up being Miss Utah USA in 2004. So this was very much like that, where I was like, okay, that was before 30. This was by 40. And so I thought I wouldn't love it. I thought, okay, I'm going to prep for this and I'm going to be done with it and just mark it off the list. And I went in prep and we were also getting married. So my show, my wedding was supposed to be April 2020. I think you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
And the show was supposed to be, my show was March 2020 and our wedding was April 2020, the year 2020, y'all. And it so happens I went into lockdown. Everything got canceled. My show got canceled 2 weeks before because it was at the end of March. And, the shutdown happened around like the 15th, 16th of March. So I went into lockdown real fit, which was good. But that's where I started. And then I was like, I'm not done with this. Like I went through that whole prep. I'm going to do it again. So we moved everything like kind of to the next year. So 2021 came. And I actually competed in my first bodybuilding show on my 41st birthday.
Nice.
It was actually on my birthday in Vegas. And I just got the bug. I loved it. Prep, I was in Bikini at the time, prep for nationals, went to nationals for Bikini, did really well in my division, didn't get a pro card. I was never big enough in Bikini for a pro card. But then Fit Model came and I was just I was ready to just give up on Bikini. It was really starting to frustrate me because I didn't want to get to that level. It's evolved so much to where you almost have to, unless you are genetically blessed, you have to be on some kind of PEDs to really succeed in that arena.
Sure.
And so, or at least I would. I'm just speaking for myself. And I wasn't willing to do that for my personal what I wanted for my body and my health personally. So anyway, so when Fit Model came out, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to jump on this. Like, I want to be one of the first to jump on this. And I just got with my coach and we just prepped and did really well at the regional show that we did last end of June. And I wasn't even going to go to nationals, but I took an overall and some things in the June show for Fit Model. And we said, let's see where we land. 3 weeks later, I was in Pittsburgh and I got my pro card. So, and so it's been a 5-6 year journey of bodybuilding. And I just I'll always do it. I don't know how much longer I'll compete, but I know I'll always be in the gym lifting.
It's a lifestyle.
There's nothing that makes me feel better. There's never a time where I'm like, they say this a lot, like when I see different reels and different people speak on this, it's like, bodybuilders don't go, oh, should I go to the gym today? Or they don't think about it. It's just something we do.
Yeah.
It's just something, brushing your teeth, like it's just something we
It
do.
would
We
be
drink our
weird
water, we
not
go,
to. Yeah.
yeah, like it's just, you don't think it's just what you do. And
Yeah.
so that's kind of where I'm at with it. And so no matter how long I compete, or if I compete, all those things, it will always be a lifestyle of mine.
Yeah.
So
We are alike in that. Yeah.
yeah. So that's a very condensed version of how I got to fit model. But it was awesome. I can't recommend that Masters Pittsburgh show. It's I think there's a couple of them, but the one I did is in July, and it just is ran so well. So if any of you are thinking of a national show, that Gary Udit show is
It is.
excellent.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right about
Yeah.
that. Well, so I started in 2016. I was 39. It was not on my radar to do. I didn't even know it existed. My husband got deployed to Afghanistan 5 days after Asher was born. So I had to have a
Wow.
whole year of mothering all these children and a newborn. My mom passed away 2 weeks after my husband deployed.
Oh
It
my
just was the
goodness.
hardest year of my life. And when he returned from Afghanistan, anybody who's had a soldier deploy knows that you have to reintegrate your soldier into society. It's not like you come home and life is just normal. A whole year
Mm-mm.
went by and we had to reintegrate. And one of the things that was important to him when he got off the airplane, he was enormous, like not fat, but muscle, because there's nothing to do there except work and go to the
Ah,
gym. So my husband got these huge muscles, right? He gets home and he's like, I think something that will help me integrate back into society is if I keep going to the gym. It was great for his mental health. It was something that was connecting him from the transition from Afghanistan to home. And so I'm like, yeah, go to the gym. So then he would go to the gym after work and I'd be like, gosh, I'm alone again. I just spent a whole year alone and I admit he's my best friend. I had missed him. So I was like, hey, can I go with you to the gym and just hang out? And he's like, I would love that. He said, I'll just teach you what I do. And I was like, okay. So we had our little gym dates and I didn't know a thing about weightlifting at all. I'm 39 years old. I got all these kids. I got this mom bod. And I'm like, and I was really thin. I was always I didn't have time to eat. I was taking care of kids. So I was super skinny, but I was flabby. I didn't have any muscle. I had no shape at all. In fact, I'm shaped like a teenage boy. I'm just a square. So I had nothing. And we're in the gym, and first 3 days, I'm watching him. I'm like, oh, look how strong you are. I'm just like pumping his ego. But I got tired of doing that. I was kind of bored. So I'm like, can I just pick up the weights and do what you're doing? And he's like, sure. So he starts training me as best as he can. And about, I don't know, 2 months into it, first of all, I loved it. I loved it. It did something for me I can't explain mentally, emotionally, because someday maybe we'll talk about my background. I come from a really hard life. My childhood was horrid. I come from a really hard life, and I was able to deal with
mm,
a lot of emotions by picking up a heavy weight and feeling
yeah.
muscle pain. There's something
Yeah.
about that that just heals. And the gym healed me. It did. It healed everything broken inside me. The gym and Jesus healed me. But
Yeah.
I'm lifting weights with my husband, and people are starting to notice my body changing. And I was gaining muscle fast. And so this lady kept asking me, this ER nurse I worked with, she kept going, when are you going to compete? And I'm like, what is that? I don't even know what that is. So she did a couple shows and she was telling me about it. She's like, I'll coach you. I was like, okay. So I'm kind of like going along with it, but not. I'm like, when it comes down to it, I won't do it because I'm super introverted. And I'm like, there's no way. I'm a mom. I'm not getting on a stage in a bikini. So the July before my birthday comes around, I had been training for almost a year. Okay. She's like, let's jump in this show in November in Indianapolis. It's the month after your 40th birthday. You should do it. It was the NPC Natural Indianapolis in 2017. And I was like, I don't know. I'll think about it. So I'm at the gym one day. Gosh, I did not mean to tell this story so early on, but why not? So I'm at the gym one day and this lady, she's in her 70s. And I'm going to tell you all something right now. We're all getting up in age, right? We have
Hmm.
wisdom that the young girls do not have, but there's still people older than us that have more wisdom than we do. So I always listen. When an older person tells me something, they give me wisdom, I listen because they've never steered me wrong ever. And
Yeah.
I take seriously the wisdom I give now. because I know that it can change a life. And this did change my life. I barely knew this lady. She was in her 70s and she came over to me. I'll never forget her. I didn't even know her name. She had the cutest dark hair and big dimples. Oh, I'm a sucker for dimples. And she says, I see you in here working hard every day. Are you training for something? What are you working towards? And I said, well, I'm thinking about doing a bikini competition. And she goes, why are you just thinking about it? And I said, well, I'm very shy. I'm introverted. I don't know that it's appropriate for me as a mom to be getting on a stage in this bikini. And she said, let me give you some advice. And she said, try it. If you like it, then you know. If you don't like it, then you don't ever have to do it again. She's like, but if you don't try it, you're going to live with regret. And regret is painful. She said, you're always going to wonder what could have happened. And
she's not wrong.
I think about that today. And I think about me sitting here talking to you guys. I would not be sitting here talking to you if I had not taken her advice.
Yeah.
So let me tell you,
beautiful.
It is. That woman changed my life in that one moment. Just that one moment, she changed my life.
That one sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I wish I could tell her. I don't know her name. I don't know where she went. I don't know. I wish I could tell her, but it changed my whole life. So I go tell my husband, and he was just getting ready to, he's always leaving, or he was. Now he's retired from these things, but he also was a law enforcement officer, and he had to go to the FBI National Academy. And he's like, well, you could prep for the show while I'm at the National Academy. And looking back, that was wise.
Kept you busy.
Yeah, it was wise. So he flies home. I get ready. I prep for the show. I mean, I have this girl coaching me, but not really. I just kind of went with what I was learning. I was learning at the time. And he flies home to take me to this show in Indianapolis. We lived in Ohio at the time. And we're on our way there. And I'm like, okay, here's the truth. I was scared to death. I was terrified because I'm very introverted, right? And I'm thinking I'm probably the oldest person there. What am I even doing this for? Like, it's kind of embarrassing that the old lady shows up. I'm thinking I'm 40. I'm thinking I'm so old at 40. But I say, let's go home and just spend the weekend together. I hadn't seen him in 6 weeks. I missed him. I said, let's just go home. Let's go home, spend the weekend together. He's like, no, we finish what we start here. He's a military guy.
Yeah, he did.
He said, we finish what we start here.
I like him already. I like him already.
Well, thank goodness he said that, because
yes,
I went to that show, and I'm telling you guys, I want you all to hear this. If you ever stand backstage and you look around at the other girls and go, what am I doing here? I don't belong here. I won the overall at that show.
Yeah.
First show ever. I won Masters. I won Novice. I won the Open, and I won the overall. I wanted to go home. I didn't want to go to the show. I stood backstage and beat myself up. Like, what am I doing here? All these girls are gorgeous. And then I won the overall. So just never doubt yourself. Go do the thing. So 8 months later, so I get off stage, and this girl that was coaching me, she's like, what do you want to do next? I was like, I didn't know a thing about the sport, you guys. I'm like, let's do another show. Like, she says, well, listen, you could go collect trophies, or we can go to nationals. And I was like, what happens at nationals? And she's like, you can win your pro card. I was like, what's that? Like, I didn't know anything. So 8 months later, I went to Masters Nationals in Pittsburgh, and I won my pro card. First try. I was in Bikini.
So we both did too. Mm-hmm. So I won my first try in Fit Model.
And that's
bikini,
rare. That's very rare.
Hard. That's hard. Maybe it wasn't as hard I'm not going to downplay myself. Sure. Like you get to that level and those girls are ready. Everyone's ready for a pro card.
It is rare.
It doesn't happen often. No. Overalls are hard. Like all of that is hard. I mean, especially, this is a very competitive, place we're in. So that's incredible though, Lacy. Incredible.
So that was 2018. So after that, I caught the bug too. And I decided then, I took a little break because I knew I had to grow still. Bikini was starting to get big. That's when Bikini still looked kind of like Fit Model, but it was starting to get big. And I knew I had to work, and I knew it. And I wanted to also, like you, stay natural. And so it came time again. COVID came around. I kept training through COVID. Then the inaugural Ben Weider drug tested pro show happened in Canada. It was when they first brought the Ben Weider back for the pro level, because at the time there were no natural pro shows. So when that Ben Weider came up, it was in Canada. I was like, I'm going to Canada. I want to be a part of that first show.
And so I did. I went to Canada, and I think I was like 43 or 44 at the time. And I did good. I mean, I did really well. I thought I was very happy with my placing. I think I got like 7th place, but I was so happy with that because it was open. There was no masters there.
Oh, yeah.
It was open. So I was very happy with that for, a natural show. I was so excited about that. But
Yeah.
still, there weren't very many natural pro shows. So I thought, well, one and done. Maybe I'll do this every year. I don't know. And then life happened. We were doing a lot of things in life, and I was like, I still lived the lifestyle, still trained, but there was no way I was keeping up with that bikini division. So it got to the point
Yeah.
where I was like, I think I'm going to have to retire and just live this lifestyle, which I was cool with because I do this for the lifestyle. The win for me is the daily body. I get to walk around every day in this amazing body, right?
Yes. And that's something I say to people, like, we live ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
It's
part of our
nothing that
life can buy that. There's nothing
Mhm.
that can buy living ready
Yeah.
to wear the dress, to wear the swimsuit, to
Sure.
feel good, in your own skin. And that's
I
the
love that.
most
We live
incredible
ready.
part.
Yeah, and
Live ready.
that's the
Be ready.
win. Honestly, no, whatever you
Yep.
place on the stage is whatever, but living ready,
Yeah.
that's the win.
Yeah. Living ready and healthy and
Yeah.
it's just that there's nothing that beats that for me.
So
Like,
then we
nothing.
moved to Alabama, and I'm still training, right? But I'm recognizing the writing on the wall. There's no way I'm competitive against these bikini girls anymore. I cannot get that big. And so I went ahead and I did the Nashville Fit Show because I'm in Huntsville, Alabama, which is at the top of Alabama. Nashville's like, depending on the traffic that day, I can get there in an hour. So I'm like,
Yes.
I'll do the Nashville Fit Show. And it was just okay. I that was an eye opener for me that I will not be competitive with these masters girls in bikini. And Fit Model wasn't out yet. So I was like, I'll just live the life. It's cool.
Yeah.
But then here comes Fit Model. And I'm like, I wonder, can I do this? And so the Wasatch was my chance to look and see, could I do this? And yes, I can.
Yes.
Yes, I
Yes,
can.
you can. And yes, you will. And yes, we are. And we're
Yes.
probably going to go back to Wasatch together.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love that. And let me just put a little note out there real quick about Wasatch. They don't charge entry fees to the Masters girls, the Masters pros.
They don't.
So yeah, I'm going to support that show as much as I can because of that.
Yeah, we love Robin. Robin's a
Mhm.
promoter for that show. We hope to get her on here. She's
Yes,
amazing.
I would love to get her on here.
We'll get her on here. She's amazing, and they get to decide whether
Mhm.
they charge us or not. And Open is never charged, but Masters is charged quite a bit. My second show I did, muscle contest out here in San Diego, they charged Masters, but not Open.
How much did they
So
charge?
I think it was like $175 or something.
I think I just saw the Chicago Pros $245.
Yeah, I mean, it depends what it is, but then they made this kind of big statement like, well, because we charge that, we're able to give, and we had enough competitors sign up, we're able to give the prize money for the Masters. I'm like, okay, what? Like, I didn't get all that. Sorry. And I talked about this on Celeste's podcast. If anybody follows her podcast, we love her. We've both been guests on her podcast, Diaries of a Bikini Pro. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
I hope I'm saying that right.
You are.
Okay. But I talked about that, and she was, she's very raw. We should definitely have her on here too. She's very raw and real.
Absolutely.
And I told her some things that she wasn't even aware of, and we were trying to figure it out as she's like interviewing me. We're trying to figure out like, well, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, and it's just like make it make sense. Like we're all pros, and I feel like we all deserve to get those shows for free.
Yeah.
I mean, I just do. So, and get paid the same. That's
Right.
another thing. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we'll have to talk about that too, because the winnings, are different. The price is different. Now, I get it. There's more open competitors usually than masters competitors. But we're all putting in the same work. So
listen, now that we have this community, who knows what'll happen because there's strength in numbers, and
that's right.
we're all passionate old ladies. So
with the voice,
Yeah.
with the voice. And my mom always said, speak your truth. That was what my mom, my mom passed away of breast cancer a long time ago, 17 years ago, but she's my wife for everything. And all of her little nuggets, just like that lady that said to you, if you don't try, you'll never know. It's like she would always say, stand up and speak your truth. You be who you are wherever you are. Like, and that's what I plan on doing here. I know Lacy is the same as me in that way. Like, we are going to speak our truth, and we hope that all of you do too, because there is strength in numbers. And we can make a change. We can make some really positive change.
I love that. And I know I would have loved your mom tremendously because that's
You would have.
empowering. Yeah.
Yeah, she was incredible. She just, I have a little bit more of a filter than she did. She just kind of said whatever
Yeah.
came out of her, whatever went in her head just came out of her mouth. But she had conviction. She had conviction in things that she said and that she thought, and she didn't back down.
She knew
And
who she
I love
was.
that. Yeah. And that takes a person that really knows who they are, that is
Yeah.
really centered in their self, like not self-centered, but centered in self-knowing. Because that's self-love, to know yourself and to be like, no, this is like what I believe. And I have conviction and integrity in that, and I'm going to speak it. And that's why I respected her so much. So yeah, so we're going to do that. We're going to do that on here. We do that in real life. And we hope all of you will share all of your truths with us too.
Yeah. That's the best part. All right, let's do something fun. I'm going to give you fun and fast, quick fire questions. Ooh, it's like a this or that
round.
Okay, you ready? Okay. This or that?
Yeah, go.
High heels or tennis shoes?
Tennis shoes.
Tennis shoes, I agree. I always find it weird that we live in tennis shoes, and then when it's time to compete, we got to put heels on. I'm like, I am a baby deer in heels.
It is so. That's why we practice. Lacy and I were talking about this today. That's why we practice posing in off season all the time, because it does not. Okay, I do come from a pageant background, right? So we did have heels a lot in that, but like I don't walk around. Like if I can avoid heels, I avoid them at all costs.
Same.
With every outfit. With every outfit. The Shoe Fairy came out with some great pumps that I wore the other night that have extra cushion in them. So I'm like, okay, I could wear those a lot. But yeah, and then like I'm never gonna choose high heels over that. No. Stage, not even stage heels. How about you? I know you tennis shoes.
Tennis shoes. Yeah.
Okay, well, what about coffee or pre-workout? This is a good one.
Oh, so this one's pre-workout for me.
Really? Yeah.
Only because I'm not a coffee drinker.
Oh, you're not? Shock. Okay, teach me your ways, because I'm like shocked when people say that, because I'm so obsessed. Okay, I'm a coffee person in this sense, y'all. Like, I will go, especially if I'm on prep, like watch out and you're traveling with me. I'm like, where's the coolest coffee shop? Let's go to 5 of them today. Like my husband will be like, okay, have you found the 3 coffee shops that are the most like, popular in this area? That's what I do when I travel. It's like a thing now people expect from me, but I'm obsessed with lattes. I don't stop drinking lattes during prep. I add them into my macros. So I'm definitely like a coffee, but what's interesting is it's not before my workout. Okay. I don't do coffee. I do a little bit of this pre-workout. It's got like a green tea kind of caffeine in it. And I do that like when I do my fasted cardio, but I do the coffee after. Coffee is like the treat.
I am a tea drinker though. I have tea in here.
Okay, so you like tea.
Oh yeah, I like iced tea, hot tea, all the tea. Yeah, I love tea.
I need to like tea, Lacy. I need to get more into tea. I can't get into matchas. That tastes like grass. I can't. So, but to each their own.
Yeah. Okay, so here's another one. Cardio or posing practice?
I would say cardio, which probably is crazy. But I really enjoy, look forward to my cardio. I do basically incline walk. And I look forward to listening to my podcast. I create my little content reels. Sometimes, I teach fitness. I teach group fitness classes for several gyms out here. And so I'll create my classes or my playlists. So it's like my me time. So I say cardio.
We're meant to be, because I say cardio also for the same reasons. Really, I like productivity. I like to be productive, and I look forward to cardio because that's when I do a lot of the downtime stuff that I'll sit still to record a podcast. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't sit still.
You and I are the same. We don't sit still. Mm-mm. Like you probably know, like today I didn't do my cardio because I got a DEXA scan. I'm like, I am so behind on these steps. I'm like obsessed with my steps. So
yeah, me too.
I just like to keep moving. So
yeah.
Okay. For you, what's one thing people assume about you that they get completely wrong?
So this is an easy one because people have been telling me this for years. They think I'm like rude and cold. I must have RBF. People will tell me after they've met me that, hey, when I first saw you, I've heard this so many times. When I first saw you, I thought you were mean or rude or like cold. And I'm like, I don't know why. I must just have a very serious RBF. I don't know.
Or just because you're pretty. Sometimes they think that about
That's
pretty
so
girls.
kind. I'm
But
so
I saw you
approachable.
smiling. I saw
Yeah.
you smiling right away and found you approachable in line. But
No,
that's because you were
good.
smiling and like you're, but that's interesting. But she's
Yeah.
not like that, y'all. She is not mean at all.
I love
Not
that
a mean bone.
question. That's a good question. So same to you.
Okay. Oh gosh, I don't know. Like they might assume sometimes like I think people assume I'm super outgoing.
Mhm.
Because I do come across that way, but I'm what they call, I think it's called amnivert or ambivert. I don't know. I'm pronouncing that wrong, but I'm definitely an introverted, extroverted person.
Okay.
So I can be super extroverted, but I think I'm naturally like more reserved. Once my mom passed away, some kind of extrovert came out of me, but I'm naturally more like my dad, which is more reserved. So I think that shocks people. And when they get to know me, they see the both sides. They go,
Yeah.
oh, like they see both sides, but nobody believes me when I say that because everyone thinks I'm an extrovert because of what I do.
Sure.
I'm teaching, I'm on a stage, competing. Like, I don't sound like I'm afraid to talk. Like, I think people get that wrong. So,
yeah,
yeah.
I could see that. Sometimes so my daughter describes it this way. She says you only have a certain amount of spoons for the day, and when you've given out all your spoons, you're done. And that's when you become the introvert that needs to go recharge your spoons.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's who I am. Totally.
Me
So
too. We're the same in that. You just tell me that you need spoon time, and I'll be like, okay, see you later.
I'm going to use that now. I like that spoon time, babe.
Yeah.
My husband, here's a fun fact. My husband needs way more spoon time than I do. I'm always like, I'm definitely more like codependent-y. Like, okay, so I came into this world as a twin. So I don't know if I've said that yet to y'all. Like,
No,
I'm a
but that's
twin.
good information.
So yeah, sorry, my phone's. So I'm a twin. I have a twin brother, and he is my best friend. He's amazing. I also had another brother that passed away. The three of us are really close, but my twin and I have a different connection. And so I always say, like, I said this to my best friend Mary. I said, I think I'm this way because I came into this world with someone, and so I feel better with people. So I'm definitely not one of those people that I always want to be with someone, around someone. Like, I think that's just from being a twin and always having someone there. So that could be why. I don't know.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you I know this is a silly one, but what's your favorite cheat meal? I love to know this about people.
Oh boy, I'm going to get hate for this, I bet. I don't like cheat meals. I need to be in control.
Yeah.
I told you, my phone's ringing. I told you my husband would do that.
That's okay.
So
my dog barked at the beginning of this. This is real life, y'all. Okay?
Yeah, authenticity.
Life.
No, I don't like cheat meals because for me, what I have found this is a journey, right? And you learn a lot about yourself and you change based on, it's like you take in data, make a decision, pivot, take in data. One of the things I learned along my own journey is that I do better in controlled situations. If I know what I'm eating, when I'm eating, all the macros, I do so good. But
you feel better.
To have an untracked meal or a cheat meal, I don't feel good. I just don't. Now,
and I respect that, but but you never want an untracked meal.
If I want an untracked meal, what I'll do is usually
tell me what you do. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll usually be a time where I'll use it as a strategy where I'm like, okay, this is going to be a heavy leg day. And so I'm going to use this extra, like I'll have extra macros and build it around the leg day.
So you like kind of flex calories is what, flex macros. You prefer that approach.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's, and see, because mentally too, I bet that's better. I am like a refeed. Like I lived for my refeeds. I've never had them in any prep. Like I've been through 5, 6 preps, but my coach had me. I had a burger. I had 4 or 5 burgers leading up to this to Wasatch, and I lived for those. And I did. I strategized like, okay, I'm gonna have it Friday because leg day Saturday morning, and there was something freeing about not having to track it for me. Like,
really, that gives me anxiety.
So I know, I feel like I used to be more like you in that way, but there's something about just that one thing, not going off, overboard. I'm not going to like the whole evening isn't untracked, but just having that untracked Shake Shack, Smoke Shack burger, which I live for, was like, and the crinkle fries, was just like, I don't know, it did something for my mindset, like for my mental health. But I know people like you that completely does not do that for them.
So interesting thing, during this last prep for Wasatch, same thing. Coach was like, you got to have a burger. You got it 2 weekends in a row. He's like, I need you to have a burger. And I was like,
What'd you do?
I said, can I have my husband make it at home the way I like it? He was like, go out, have a burger. I was like, I'm not going out and having a burger. Can I make it at home the way I like it? And he's like, yeah. So I made my own little safe parameters.
That's awesome.
And that was hard for me though. And I'm so jealous of people who could just go eat. It doesn't hurt anything. You're not going to ruin your body. And I know that,
no, but it's,
there's that
it's definitely
control.
Well, there's also like when you get close to your show, and we were trying to see, I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to be one of those girls that gets to have a show the night before a burger. Because I remember traveling to Pittsburgh with a friend of mine that I had met at the Riverside show that I did before Pittsburgh. And we ended up at the same, she was in Bikini, I was in Fit Model. Anyway, she got a burger. And I was like, when am I going to be one of those people that doesn't just get extra rice, you know? And then I was finally one of those people this year, right? I was like, it's going to happen. And then guess what? I had a refeed and I got really sick. Like I got one. So, and I don't know if it was from the chicken I made or if it was from, because I had the Shake Shack burger 2 weeks prior. Like I was like, it can't, but it could have been. So, and I was so close to the show. I was like 2 weeks out, and it made me lose, when you're that depleted, like it made me lose more weight. And then I was trying to catch up from like those 2 days of being sick. So there is a variable that, that risk that you take out by, my husband makes a great burger. Like we get Omaha steak burgers. They're amazing. Like that is actually, it's a safer play. It's a safer play, especially if you're close to show. So I get it. I think it's smart. And that probably, if I would have done that, that wouldn't have happened to me. See? So
I'm crazy about tracking. It's nuts.
I still track. You still track, yes?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we're in reverse.
Oh, honey, I have 10 years almost. I've been tracking food.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Faithfully. Yeah.
People just think I'm nuts, I think. And I'm like,
but that's what's comfortable for me. I'll do it. If I never compete on stage again, I'll still do it this way.
I still do too. Yeah. Like, I mean, I think it just makes me feel good to like know where I'm at. And I don't know. I think it's just like we've said, it's just something we do. So we feel comfortable there, and that's what matters.
All right. You're going out in public. You get to pick one: lipstick or mascara. Which one?
Oh, always lipstick. My mom always picked lipstick. She said, you're never fully dressed without a lip. I mean,
I love that.
And it's true. And I like, that's what I did right before I hopped on. I was like, I got to put my lip oil on. Yeah, because I have fake eyelashes now, like the eyelash extensions, so I don't like have to do anything.
Yeah.
Which is nice, but always I just got that from her. Like she's just we have always been lip people. Like I have unreasonable amounts of lipstick in my makeup bag. So yeah. How about you?
I'm a mascara.
You don't need anything.
You're so sweet. I'm a mascara girl. I always, no matter. In fact, tomorrow I'm having surgery. I'll be wearing mascara.
Oh, that's it. Can you wear? I thought you couldn't wear.
I don't care. I'm doing it. I don't care. I'm doing it.
That's how I am too. I'm like, I don't care. I'm putting on my lip gloss. I'm putting on my eyelash extensions. They're going to be fresh. Like, I get it. We all have our things. And it's funny. We're like opposite there. Okay. What about, I'm trying to think. This is a big one for me because I like absolutely know. Like some people don't know. They're like, it's the same. Leg day or shoulder day?
Ooh, I'm a firm leg day.
Oh, shocking, because I am not. Why are we the same and opposite in this way? Leg day is like, so I'm shoulder day. I could do shoulders all day. It's my favorite lift to do. So why leg day? Do you just?
Oh, I love it. I just love it.
So hard.
I can't explain it. So like I said, I'm having surgery tomorrow, and yesterday was my last training day before surgery, and it was leg day, and I savored it. I was like, bring on. I'm so sore today. It's hard to sit here. My glutes hurt just sitting here, but I love that. There's just something about a leg day that, plus I want to have a big butt. Like I want my glutes to be huge. I know.
We all want. Fit Model needs. You got to have a popping booty.
You do.
If you haven't seen the trends,
it ain't for flat butts.
Even for masters, the head judge was like, even for like verbatim, even for masters, full glutes, right? So yeah, I mean, that is not me though. I would not choose to do like I have to like lift with my friend Marty because he gets me through. He's also a competitor. He's huge, does physique and classic or whatever those men's divisions are. He's going for pro this year. And he gets me through it. He's like, Kyla, you can lift up. Kyla, you can go, your range of motion is deeper. Like, cause I will just, and that's where I need to push myself the most. And so but I just recently really started to like lower body days, like really started to like get in, get into the excitement of it. But I think it's just cause they're so hard. You have to push yourself so hard in those.
I love them. So, oh man, I love them so much.
Okay. What is one challenge you've overcome that's helped you make you who you are today?
Okay. Finding out who I was. I think figuring out who I was, and this is a weird thing. Whenever I was starting my journey in weight training, fitness, there was a very wise man at the gym. By the way, he's the same one that I didn't even share this story yet. I'm going to tell this very quickly because I think this is important because I think a lot of girls go through this. The pressure started to go on. I was getting ready to go to nationals, and the pressure was coming to start taking, anabolics. I had a coach at the time, and he's like, "You will not go pro without them." I did. Just spoiler
2
alert, I
snaps for
did.
you.
Right.
You can do it. So did I.
But he said you can't without them. And so I was learning the sport and learning what it took. And so I wasn't sure how I felt about that. I didn't really know much about it anyway. So I went to this guy. He's very wise. He was much older than me. At the time, he was in his late 60s and he'd been weight training his whole life, never competed, but very fit man and very smart businessman. I asked him, I said, "Hey, what do you think about this?" He says, "Well, why don't you try it without and see what happens and then decide." Well, I got my pro card, so it worked out good. But he also said something else to me that was so wise. Again, you guys, this goes back to listening to people who are older than you. They're wiser. I hope a young person listens to this and says, "Wow, I should listen to these women who have this life experience," because it's so valuable. But he said, I was like 39, 40 at the time, 40. He said, "You don't know who you are yet." And I thought about that. I was like, gosh, I just had a whole career as a respiratory therapist. I'm raising 5 kids. I've been married a long time. I'm old. Like, how can he say I don't know who I am? But I didn't know my identity. I wasn't firm in who I was. And I started to really become firm. Like, who am I? And what do I believe? And kind of like what you said, really stand firm in who you are, know who you are and be confident in that. And that's what started to happen as I started to figure out who I was. And as I did that, I became more and more bold for my family, for my friends, for my community, for things that were right. And I really like that girl that I've become.
I really love that girl.
Thank you so much.
I do. Isn't it great when you know who you are and you just will not settle? You will not stand for less than what you know you deserve. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Well, and
aha moments.
I think the reason why that was such a big deal is because I spent a whole lifetime. I told you my childhood was really bad, really bad. I grew up in a really bad home. And so I was always degraded and rejected and,
I'm so sorry.
And I think I carried that with me all that time. And I think that's what he meant when he said that you don't know who you are yet. And so I got to decide who I was. And it wasn't what everyone said I was as I was growing up. And it wasn't the way I was treated as a child. It wasn't those things. It was, I get to decide who I am. And I believe that's changed the trajectory of my entire family because of the decision I made to establish who I was so firmly.
Yeah, you started that. Like my mom, a similar thing is she became a different mom than kind of maybe what she had experienced and from her mom and her mom, my grandma was a great grandma, but like her mom, my grandma's mom was kind of who my mom looked to. Like it's a long story. Maybe we can get into that another time, but like you change the cycle. Like you can break the cycle.
Mm-hmm.
And you did
I'm that one. Yeah, I'm that one.
That's incredible.
And I'll always be so proud of that. It's a good thing. All right, tell me, what's one challenge you've overcome that helped make you who you are today?
Oh, it's hard for me to talk about this without getting teary. Just watch the Celeste podcast.
I cried
with me.
I cried. I mean, I cried big old weepy tears. For you and
It's a
Celeste,
lot.
both of you.
I mean, we both lost our moms. I lost my mom to breast cancer when I was 29. And when you lose someone that is your person, that believes in you no matter what, that thinks you like literally hung the moon, that you could literally do anything, you, guess what? You start to believe that about yourself. And it's a powerful thing. I had a mom that was very powerful in that way, very um, just made me believe in me, made me, not settle. And when she passed away, I felt like I lost that part of me. Like, without my mom, do I really have that strength? Am I really as strong as she thinks I am?
Right.
Am I really capable of these things? Like, could I only do them because she believed I could? Like, what am I going to do now? And so I had to really overcome that, that even though she was gone, I had to believe that I was capable like she thought. She wasn't just feeding me a bunch of BS. And I had to show her even through death, because I knew whatever you believe in, I know my mom's still around me. She's around me, and the hummingbirds outside and the butterflies.
Yes.
And I believe her energy, I've felt it. I can't deny it. And I had to overcome that and go, you know what? I am those things. I am capable, and I'm going to continue to make her proud and to continue to have her tell me in my ear, you can do it. So right before stage, like, I hear her saying, like, just go shine, baby girl. Just go do what you are meant to do and make an impact. But it was hard, because when you lose that person that tells you that, every day, and I have friends and a husband that tell me that, and it's
not
just your
your
mom.
mom.
She's been with you your whole life, so losing her the way I did, seeing her be in so much pain, seeing her overcome so much, it's helped me to be a stronger person, because I know if she went through all of that, and we'll talk about this, I'm sure, on this podcast, about how strong she was mentally, physically, emotionally, a single mom. A mom that's, going through so many health things, and then, breast cancer, and losing her hair, and still looking outside the window of Utah going, look at those mountains. We are so blessed. Like, are you kidding me? And I'm going, are you kidding me? Your hair, half your hair is on your pillow, and you're thinking you're so blessed. Like, why do you think you're like, no? And I was mad, I was mad, because these are the kind of people that deserve to live.
Yeah.
That just want to live to see a mountainside, right? Like, not trying to make a bunch of money, not trying to like get a bunch of likes, like, she just lived for her kids' happiness, and to see, beautiful scenery outside her door, and just for the breath, the air in her lungs, seriously, I'm not trying to make her out to be something she wasn't. She was just that. And so that has always inspired me. So even in death, like, I know that she still lives on, like, through me in that way. And I can, I can still, like, I just want to emulate that kind of person that she was. And if I can be just like a quarter of that, like, I'm doing all right. So,
Women like your mom are why I'm such a girl's girl, because,
yeah,
she did so much lifting up of other people. Everybody needs lifted up. And so I always want to be the
always.
girl lifting up the girls, because it's like a domino effect. If
Yeah,
I
it
lift a
is.
girl up, she goes and does good things for other people, and then it just goes. And man, that's why I love women so much. We have so much
Yeah.
power.
We do way more than we give ourselves credit for,
Yeah.
than we think that we do. And I noticed that from you right off, like right off the bat, that you were that kind of woman. And I'm definitely attracted to those kind of people that want to lift each other up. Like, we are, yeah, we're competing against each other on the stage, but like, we're really not.
Nah,
Like,
we're
when my friend Veronica
we're
won
together.
the San Diego show, she's a good friend of mine. She's one of our Masters Fit Model Pros that is qualified for the Masters Olympia.
Yes.
I literally thought, like, my family was like, it looked like you won. You were so excited for her.
That's
I
what I'm
was
talking
so
about.
excited for her.
Yes.
Like, and that's what it should be like. Everybody's, your time will come. If that's meant for you, it'll come.
Yeah, that's exactly
And
right.
and so I just think, gosh, there's just, my mom used to say, there's enough sunshine for everyone.
I
And there
love
truly
that.
is. Yeah, I'm gonna give you so many nuggets from Darla
Oh,
K, but like, there's enough sunshine for everyone. And like, truly, I truly don't just be happy for someone if you're not. Like, don't lie about it, But like, I
yeah.
mean, I truly was happy. And I just think that I noticed that energy from you, that you
Oh,
had that. You just had that kind of energy, like, where you're just like, you want everyone to succeed. You want everyone to have fun.
Yeah.
You want, everyone to have a good, experience. And that's something special, because that's not how everyone is.
Maybe I have a little bit of Darla in me, and that would be such a privilege.
I think you do, because I'm attracted to those people that have that. So
that's a high compliment. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do. You definitely have that.
Well, Kyla, I feel the same about you, and I think that's why we ended up in line together. I kept telling my husband I didn't go to Wasatch to compete to fight Kyla.
You did. I went to find you, and we're gonna do some amazing things on here. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this community, for like everybody that is supporting it and listening. It's not about supporting us; it's about supporting us as a whole. Not Lacy and I.
Right. All of us.
Not Lacy and I. All of us. Like we are. Think of us
together
as one big Masters like bubble community, and we're gonna keep letting more people in and sharing more inside out, and it's about all of us. So
yeah.
We want you to know that.
So I think we did a pretty good job for this first podcast. I want to close with a new tradition that we'll start right here, me and Kyla, where I think we don't hear this enough ever in life. And I think you're going to agree, Kyla. I want to close out my portion of this by just telling all of you women that are listening and watching that I love you. And I think Kyla would feel that same thing.
I do, absolutely, that we love you. And if you didn't hear that today, then you heard it from us. And we do. We love you and we support you, and we want to be there for you. So don't hesitate to reach out, because we're open. Our lines of communication in every way are open for you.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
See you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Masters Bikini and Fit Model podcast. If today's episode inspired you, please share it with another athlete. Follow us on Instagram, and remember, your best years are not behind you. They're still being built. We'll see you next time. Until then, we love you and we mean it.